Happy Thor's Day. Today I want to talk about his appetite. Now, as equal to the might and power of Thor, it seems to be his appetite is equally legendary. And that's what I want to talk about, because as I'm in the process of doing some translations for myself for the next volume of my performance header, it's kind of amusing to some extent how his appetite creates these comedic moments. There's also an underlying sort of pressure it places on the customs of hospitality and reciprocity, which is really interesting. From really, there are two things that if you want to satisfy for, you need to provide. That is oxen, beef, and ale. In both Hymir's tale and when Thor is dressed up as Freya to recover Mjolnir, it is the way he devours oxen that seems to alarm, impress, shock the Jotnar that witness it, that really drives home the fact that he has this massive appetite, and probably makes it difficult for him to be a guest that you can satisfy. It creates a lot of pressure, and that's the basis for like Hymir's tale. I mean, it all comes about really for good talking points. You know, the gods have finished their day early, and decide to celebrate by saying, "Oh, we should have a feast." And it's Thor who suggests that Aegir always has good provisions. Come on, mate. It's the interesting thing here is we see the playoffs between Thor as a prince of Asgard and the Jotnar. I mean, Aegir is recognised not as a seer, an ally of the Aesir, but is still Jotun. And Aegir's in a really good mood until Thor puts the pressure on him to host a feast for the gods. Probably because Thor is there, and this is probably Thor remembers having a feast at Aegir's before and being satisfied. And it seems that Aegir's not quite ready to host another feast for the gods, but has this pressure put on him. His really good mood just plummets, but he comes up with a clever riposte to the suggestion Thor has made, which is, well, okay, I will host the gods with a feast if you can get me a cauldron large enough for me to brew enough ale to keep you all, and you, Thor, I'm looking at you, if I can keep you satisfied. So you know, Thor recognizes, he has a healthy appetite. He loves his beef and ale. And it's at this point that Tyr interjects and goes, I can help you out. got you. I got you. You know, if we visit my parents, we'll find what we want there. And this then creates this almost comical, questionable series of events that really all revolve around Thor and to some extent his appetite. You know, after the initial meeting with Heimir and his fury at seeing, you know, the Jotun Slayer in his hall, you know, he accepts and offers hospitality, as is, you know, the custom. But even then, he is shocked by the fact that while Heimir, his wife, Tyr, and probably Tyr's grandmother, that's also recognised as being there, are satisfied with one ox, by himself, Thor devours two. And then we get this, you know, the situation where it's just like, how long are you going to be staying here? I mean, I can't keep this up. And Heimir is someone who is a farmer that breeds oxen, because this then just creates knock-on issues. You know, it's just that sort of, well, okay, if you're going to stay here, and you are welcome to stay here. I mean, Jaime comes across as very gruff and stern, and there's some interesting dynamics going on that are more suited for other videos, not one where we're talking about Thor's appetite. So it's just like, well, look, you got a choice. Tomorrow, if you're going to stay here and we're going to feast, you're going to have to either go hunting or fishing. So Thor's like, well, I'd rather go fishing. Do you have any bait? And the response is, well, if, you know, breed oxen, if you go out back, you'd be able to get some bait. And then, you know, Thor antagonizes the situation by killing the bull. If you're going to breed oxen, you need your bull, and that's what Thor kills to use as bait. So that upsets Heimir, and they go fishing. Everything kind of snowballs around this farcical situation where whatever Thor does, it's big and mighty and the best. Long story short, they get the cauldron, and Aegir obviously hosts the Aesir and satisfies Thor's appetite. Beef and ale, they are the things, if you wish to work with, honour, treat with Thor, that's what he loves, according to the Poetic Edda. If the devourers are shocked by the amount of oxen and ale that Thor consumes, you can't go wrong with that. In the process of thinking up or preparing to make this video, obviously I got my thoughts about the thunder and what it represents, and continuing with like a duality to what things can mean. It also strikes me as an interesting and amusing thought. If we get the thunder in the sky, it could be that his belly's rumbling, and he could do with some offerings of beef and ale. It's just a thought. Don't hate me. It's there is serious matter to it. But it does strike me as just maybe he's feeling a little hungry. He does energetic work. I mean, he expends a lot of energy, going off slaying Jotnar and being the defender of Midgard. And the lad he has a healthy appetite. You gotta keep him fed. Beef and ale, beef and ale, beef and ale. Hail Thor, the god of thunder, we love you. Thank you very much. Goodbye.